What's up, everybody? It's your man 3K the Boss, aka Mr. Two Hands Up. Fah Fah. You already know what it is, man. So I was actually working on a video to this whole thing, and I was going to put it out, and it had its funny parts and all of that shit, and I was really going, tear into it because it was actually, interesting. It was an interesting article, interesting enough for me to get my creative bag, and just explore, many ways that I could, go at this and and all of that good stuff in the way I would usually do it, but when I've really thought about it, I'm like, there's a deeper message that needs to be brought to the surface that I don't think a lot of people like really paid attention to. I don't think people really get what's going on here, but I've been speaking to it for quite some time. And in the beginning, I got a lot of criticism for it. When you speak on a person's, mental well-being, how they handle the sport, how they move around the sport and everything like that, people don't really take too kindly to you doing things like that because you don't necessarily know an individual, but tendencies tell you everything about a person. And when you've been around for a little bit or you've seen certain things, you kind of get where that person is at. And it only takes a certain time for it to reveal itself. So Deontay Wilder was on an interview, on a podcast or whatever, and he basically needs to, he feels as though he needs to go on a spiritual journey. Not any spiritual journey, not just like, not going fucking meditating in the woods or some shit like that. No, he needs to go on a trip. He needs to go get with the shamans. He needs to go settle in the woods. Start messing with some DMTT. I don't want to mess up the name. It's like ayahuasca, some shit like that, how you pronounce it. But basically he wants to go mess with DMT. And those type of properties. So he can decide if it's in his best interest to come back to the sport. Now, yes, you heard it correct. He needs to go out in the woods, get with some South American shamans, conjure up all types of spirits while he goes on a DMT trip and figure out where's his place in this boxing world. Don't listen, man. Listen. There was one part of the article, the rest of the shit I didn't even care about. But there was one thing that he said in the article that spoke to me more than anything else. And this is what I've been saying about this fucking dude for a long time. He's never learned how to lose. So how is he going to learn how to win? He's never been able to deal with constructive criticism. He's always had yes men in his corner. Tyson Fury fucked him up. But it was only a matter of time before he met the windshield like Errol Spence Jr., before he met the pavement like Errol Spence Jr.'s teeth. It was only a matter of time. Everybody goes head first through that windshield of life at some point in time. Deontay Wilder has been coddled. He was pacified. They burped the baby. They rocked the baby. They patted the baby on the back every time the baby messed up. Now I need to go out in the woods and see off a little bit of DMT. He needs his eyes dilated. He needs to touch in with the ancestors, quite frankly, motherfuckers who ain't even his ancestors. Quite frankly, this dude doesn't know if he wants to tap in with the spirits of the ancestors from Africa or he want to go down to South America and start experimenting with some wild shit in the woods. These are things that a person who isn't mentally tough are going to do. These aren't the type of actions of a person who got it all together are going to do. These aren't the actions of a heavyweight fighter. These are the actions of an individual who really needs to put some type of drug in his system. He needs some type of an excuse to say you went on some journey so you can come back, win, lose, or draw, and you think that's going to help you? It's not. You never dealt with people. You never dealt with your issues. You never dealt with the fact that you didn't even care about your skill set. These are your problems. But the one thing that stuck out to me most is he said most men send their children on this journey. And they do so because they have fears of becoming men, to get over their fears of becoming men. Are you kidding me? So what does that say to y'all? That says that this dude has had the fear of becoming a man and has been conducting himself like a child ever since he got into this. So you mean to tell me you want to go out here and you want to have lucid dreams? Is this fear and loathing in Deontay's backyard? Are you kidding me? Is this what I'm hearing right now? What the fuck is going on? Listen, man, he's going on this trip. He ain't going on this trip to, you know what I'm saying, to find some type of solace. This motherfucker is crying inside. He can't live with the fact that if he comes back to this sport, if he engages in this sport and he takes another loss like that, that might be the time where he might want to end it all. For real, I'm kind of worried about this individual. Any motherfucker who needs to go out in the fucking woods with some people you never met in your fucking life and have some type of 1970s, 1960s freaking flower child, fucking multi-orgasmic fucking 1970s orgasmic experiments while we smoking all of the joints, while we taking all of the fucking LSD, while we passing around all the acid, while we passing around all the shrooms and all of the goddamn clap. Because they were passing around a whole lot of that too. How can you? I've never heard no shit like this in my life. So you need to trip to decide if the boxing world is good enough for you. If you need to be in it. This guy is 36 years old. This motherfucker don't know where he wants to land. He don't even know who he really is. He doesn't even have an identity. And the sad part about it, when you're speaking from a place of a boy becoming a man, you're 36 and you're raising children. What does that say about your so-called father who was a pastor? I thought this man was a man of God. Now you're a man of fucking sorcery, witchcraft, and fucking LSD? What type of weird shit is going on in this man's life? What type of demons is he facing that he needs to go out in the woods after watching some hot boxing from freaking Mike Tyson and talk about having a fucking DMT trip, where most people say that shit brings them on the fucking brink of fucking death, understanding the so-called meaning of life and all this other bullshit? I just say the motherfucker was really hot. They had a hell of a time. Or that motherfucker had a really bad trip. This is crazy. This is crazy. You want to know where you need to soul search? You need to soul search around a goddamn heavy bag. You need to soul search around a goddamn speed bag. You need to soul search on a goddamn experienced trainer. Not a Malik Scott, not a J. Diaz. That's where you fell short. Yo, the delusions are, oh my God, they're out of control. Shout out to Chris Price. He said, damn, I missed him Deontay Wilder segment. Skitty. Man, listen, man. This dude, I see why. I see why the fucking, oh my God, man. You can't salvage this guy. You can't save him. This just spews. This just spews weakness. This just spews cowardice. This just spews, look, I've been sitting around for however many months after I got my ass whooped. I thought I could freaking deal with it. So now I'm going to chalk it up to I need to do some goddamn soul searching. Are you kidding me? Listen, man. His biggest problem has always been himself. And maybe what he's really trying to say is you're going on this spiritual journey because you have never been accountable. for anything in your life. Maybe it's you just need to sit in front of a fucking camera and say, yo, I let the money go to my head. Yo, I let beating a fucking fat, out of shape Romain Stavern go to my head. Yo, maybe I just need to say, man, I've never been held accountable for any of my shortcomings in life. I was given a belt. I was given a belt. I spoke too loose when it came to my power. I got disconnected from reality. Yo, he's been on a fucking trip the entirety of his boxing career. So you mean to tell me we need to go out in the fucking woods and fuck with psychedelic colors, fucking all types of weird fucking settings, have motherfuckers blowing out fucking peace pipes and shit like that and mixing up the old witches brew? That's not what needs to be done. The only thing that needs to be done is you need to have some accountability, and you need to understand that, look, the delusions of the grandeur, that's what fucked you up. You wanted to be all of the things that you weren't. You wanted to walk in another man's shoes who actually worked for it, and you didn't. You conduct yourself like a female. And this sounds like some shit that a female would do. Because if you have to go put other fucking substances in your body to figure out where you're landing in life, that just tells me that you were never really here at all. You never really were. You've been shielded, sheltered, burnt. Your diaper's been changed. You powdered all of your rashes. This is out of control, people. This is absolutely out of control. Salute all the happy Valentine's Day to you as well. Shout out to George, man. Appreciate you. The super chat. He says, 2 hands. How do you think Wilder be remembered? That's the biggest fucking joke in boxing history. A man of fucking, clearly now a man of international mystery and espionage when it comes to these LSD trips. This man has gone out. Look, he's choosing DMT and trying to act like, oh, it's a whole soul-searching experience when all you're trying to do is save yourself from freaking $30 million worth of crack pipes, because you could go that route as well. It could be the crack. Could be coke. It could be long, wild nights. It could be a lot of things. But you want to chalk up your career to going out and doing fucking trips? You're fucking with trips. And then you just not messing with any trips. Oh, you really trying to take it there. Like DMT, you really trying to go there. For an individual, look, so I would have to ask, has this guy always been a drug addict? Has he always used a little something to escape from something? Maybe that something just isn't enough right now. Maybe, he ain't even able to look at his wife right in the face. Maybe he really isn't. Maybe the fact that on the last leg of your career, when you say that you're so proud of yourself, realistically, you're starting to look at this shit like, I can't be proud of this. All of the money in the world doesn't escape the fact that you've been humiliated twice. Everything that you ever claimed about yourself was only a figment of your imagination. All I would have to say is all you have to do is pop the bubble, come down to earth, have some level of accountability for yourself, and then there will be a life after the ass whooping in the sweet sport of boxing. It can be that. But when you're speaking like you're a child who needs to go out in the world and do fucking psychedelics to figure out how to become a man, that just tells me that you never were one to begin with. This dude is out of control. I'm like, yo, I'm telling you, just when I thought I heard it all, this dude, if you ever, all of the wildest shit in the boxing world always comes from this guy. And I'm telling you, I really mean this shit from the bottom of my heart. He never fucking ceases to amaze me. Ever. And quite frankly, I feel bad for him. Because this is a product of an individual who was around people who were just happy to be. in whatever position that they're in, as long as they're next to you, and as long as they're lying to you, and as long as their ego stroking you, and as long as you're taking care of them, you can sit in front of fucking 20,000 fans and you got your fucking head trainer talking about, yo, everybody's here for you, and you're being booed by the entire audience. That is the type of world that you live in. I don't think psychedelics, I don't think that DMT, I don't think that taking, taking the old witcher's brew is going to help you come from out of that shit. Because at the end of the day, a euphoric experience is not going to fucking, you're not going to substitute that for real life. You have to, that's the one thing about a high. When you're high, eventually you have to come down. Right or wrong, you're going to have to come down. So the DMT isn't going to do it. Dude, you'd have just been better off just saying, man, I retired, man. Like, for real. Nobody would have missed you. Now, you could add an extra little spice to the heavyweight division. I'd be more than happy to keep you around if you're going to do something. But shit, if you think that you're just going to go in the woods and try some fucking LSD and then pop back out, and then Alexander Usyk, Anthony Joshua, Dillian White, and all of these dudes all of a sudden going to be on your radar, that's not going to help you, because they just going to beat the tricks right up out your motherfucking ass. This is crazy. George doesn't disgrace an actual paper champion, his actual Big Dawson. Man, this dude is beyond like you can't make this shit up, man. You really can't make this shit up. How does a person suffer 2 losses, don't make the fucking adjustments, go out here, hire fucking Malik Scott, thinks he's going to bring you to the promised land, and you didn't hire Malik Scott for the reason of he was the best choice. You hired him because you were going to be able to control the outcome of that situation. If you didn't want to get up at fucking 9, you weren't going to get up at 9. If you didn't want to fucking stay to a strict fucking dietary regimen, you weren't going to stay to a strict dietary regimen. If you wanted to have sex with your freaking girl, you were going to be undisciplined and you were going to have sex with your girl. You wanted Malik Scott because of comfort. And if anybody knows anything about comfort, that shit is a fucking cage. There's no room for growth if you're comfortable in your surroundings. And your surroundings have already proven to the whole boxing world that you don't operate too well within them, your surroundings. So going out in the woods and tripping off the shaman secret sauce ain't gonna do it, Judo. Jesus Christ. Are you fucking, like, really? Like, this dude is like, man, I'm telling you. Like, they might need to put this motherfucker on. Like, fuck the DMT. He probably needs a psychiatric evaluation. Has anybody ever thought about that? Like, who just wakes up one day and says, you know what? I'm going to try some really hardcore shit today. That's like a weed head. That's like you literally trying a gateway drug for the first time in your life, and you saying, you know what, crack sounds really good tomorrow. It really does. Any of y'all ever smoke crack? I think we should try crack tomorrow. Like, man, look, man, we just sit, and it just blows your mind. You just like, whoa, bro, we just smoking a joint. You all right? Like, no, we're not smoking crack tomorrow. Like, you're just gonna pack up your buddies and be like, look, okay, let's go down to South America, go in the woods with all these fucking poisonous, fucking venomous fucking reptiles and fucking all of this wild shit, jaguars, everything else, Amazon and all of this wild shit, big ass fucking tarantulas and everything else, and let's just become one with nature. And nature is gonna become one with us while we take this fucking trip. Who does that shit? Who just wakes up one day and decides, you know what, hey, DMT is the answer. That's the move. By George, I think I fucking got it. It's insanity. And it's insane. That is purely the actions of an individual who knows absolutely nothing, none of which to do with himself right now. He doesn't have a hold on fucking reality, not one bit. He doesn't have an inkling of what's going on in his life right now. He can't make sense of shit. I'm sorry. I've done a lot of wild shit in my life, but I'll be goddamn if I'm going out of South America and I'm just going to be like, you know what? The meaning of life is in the bottom of this fucking LSD cup. Shit, we got shrooms up here. They just taking no ass whooping and be like, you know what, man? These shrooms gonna get me back on track. No, motherfucker, I took the shrooms because I wanted to. I took the shrooms because I wanted to laugh my ass off. This is a dude that I'm not even sure he even knows what that experience. Like, yo, that shit is like by far one of the worst fucking. You could either have one of the most mind-altering trips, or you could have the worst trip you ever went on in your fucking life. I'm sorry, motherfucking Dorothy. We've gotten a far way away from fucking Kansas. This dude is out of fucking control. It's just like, what is he going to do? He's going to take the DMT juice, and this motherfucker's just going to decide, hey, you know what? I'm going to train today. Get the fuck out of here. I blame 78 and the LDBC for Wilder's downfall. Man, look, everybody has got to take some stake into that shit. Only those who straight up told him what it really was, those are the ones that could be like, yo, it is what it is, man. This motherfucker he's just gone. He's lost it. But for all of those individuals who always told him, you know, gave him the Black Power spills, who always told him that, you know, he was boxing hero. Yo, this dude, you guys do realize that for about 4 fucking years, he was running around calling himself, you're a king. And he was going to lead his people. So now the king is about to lead his people down to South America with some goddamn shamans and take some goddamn DMT. That shit is almost, it's almost identifiable with what Jim Jones did to his people. But goddamn it, they didn't wake up. They didn't wake up. Like, you gonna let this dude couldn't leave, man. Look, man. Listen, man, this dude doesn't have the right to leave. Nobody no goddamn where. He needs to lead himself to a goddamn rubber room, a straight jacket, and he needs a rubber goddamn lunch tray. A rubber lunch tray, a rubber lunch tray and a rubber spoon, one of them shits that wiggle in your hand and shit with them crazy motherfuckers probably be thinking they fucking Neo and shit on the Matrix Reloaded and shit. It's not the spoon that bends, but only your mind. What are we doing? What are we doing? Deontay, it's not the spoon that bends, it's only your mind. And once you realize it's your mind that's bending, then you found the secret of life. Get the fuck out of here, man. Lead that motherfucker to a rubber room, man. What are we doing? What are we doing? The biggest problem with this dude is lack of accountability. That's it. That is it. He suffers from being drunk off of the yes man juice. You got Malik Scott over that joint. He's so infatuated with this motherfucker, he probably drinks his bathwater after he gets out of it. Weird motherfucker. I don't know how anybody trusts anybody with those type of sideburns. I'm just saying. How do you trust a dude with sideburns like that? That's a red flag. Just saying. Egg waste, gypsy magic, shaman juice. Yep, he's a never-ending factory of nuttiness. Man, dude, I'm trying to tell you, fear and loathing until he Swift's underwear. Fear and loathing in Telly Swift's shoe closet. This shit is out of control. You got fucking like, oh my God. Like, all you have to do is go back and watch the tapes. And then from those tapes, you really can decide who you really need to fire. You really need to decide who you need to part ways with. All of them weird sideburn having ass niggas you got in your corner, all of them gotta go. I couldn't trust none of them niggas with them Elvis Presley motherfucking sideburns, man. And I don't know what the hell Malik Scott going on. You should have fired that nigga when you called him on OnlyFans. You the first nigga to break into boxing with the OnlyFans trainer. Where did you get your credentials? Backpage, OnlyFans, Craigslist, triple XXXXX section. Are you kidding me right now? You can't make this shit up, man. Salute, Javi. Let's go, Dillian White. Dillian White is probably laughing his ass off right now. Like, seriously, I'm telling you, he needs to be on suicide watch. You think going down South America, popping the weird shit, and we got to think about who this is, first of all. This is Deontay Wilder. He already was a weird dude that was completely out of sorts. Completely, wholeheartedly out of sorts, disconnected from life. Just completely disconnected. So we think he's going to have all of the answers when it comes to the sport, the sweet science of boxing, by fucking doing some psychedelics. Wow. 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 Like, I'm stuck. Because of all people who should be saying the complete opposite, he should be one of them. I made a joke in the past about him and his fans being New Jonestown, but this shit turned. I'm telling you, this is some real Jim Jones level behavior, bro. If you go over to his house and you happen to watch Reaper Gang Radio, don't drink anything off of the table. Don't drink anything out of the igloo cooler. Bring your own beverages if you're going over for dinner. Use your own salt and pepper shakers and pack your own silverware. Don't eat nothing off the table. If his people bringing it, I hope to God you brought a doggy bag with you, because you might not make it up out of there. And if you come up out of there, you might come out, your girl might come out on some total recall shit, have a whole third boob or some shit, be some whole wild shit going on. I can't even be serious about this shit. This shit is so out of control. But I am serious when I say, bro, all you had to do was pop the bubble and come back down to earth. My God, it's that simple. It's that simple. And I think we all can agree on that. All he had to do was pop the bubble and come down to earth. Bro, the moment you got rid of Mark Breland in the fashion he got rid of Mark Breland, there was nothing good going to come out of his career from that point. Yo, everybody that he's ever done wrong right now is fucking having a field day at the expense of all of his melancholy pain. This dude is a fucking melancholy wreck right now. He can't hold it together. I don't even know, like, yo, this dude probably hasn't even had one outburst since he got his fucking brain burst. There ain't no bomb squad chance no more. There are no delusional fans. Yo, it's so bad the delusional fans aren't even behind him anymore, guys. Those who were fucking playing George of the Jungle and swinging from his nut hairs, those individuals are no longer even there anymore. Even they had a fucking mental cleanse. I mean, it took a lot of mental rewiring, a lot of jump starting those neurons, but God damn it, even they're like, fuck, you can't help that guy. This is crazy. Crazy. Like, yo, this is crazy. I seen weird face here. I'm not on board. Bro, you can't trust a motherfucker with sideburns like that. I mean that shit. You can't trust a motherfucker with weird sideburns. You can't trust a motherfucker who got hair in awkward places on their face. They shouldn't have it, and they don't even got a fucking proper haircut. You can't trust a motherfucker. You damn sure can't trust a motherfucker who comes to fucking work out with you and he's got goddamn Speedo fucking booty shorts on and goddamn boxing shoes. You can't trust a motherfucker who works out in palm tree fucking Miami fucking silhouette style jeggings. You can't trust a person like that. You got Telly Swift just sitting in the goddamn room. She on the cell phone and shit while she barely working the goddamn treadmill. We know all your body parts were bought. You ain't got a lie to kick it. Get out of here with that shit, bitch. I ain't come to play fair. I came to call it how I see it. It's as simple as this. I've never heard of a boxer do this type of soul searching openly and admit it or even speak on it on television. I've never heard anybody talk about they're going out of their way to do this type of soul searching. This isn't that's not even soul searching. That is a drug induced, like that's a drug induced weakness, bro. Like you need drugs. It's a known fact. We know Deontay smoked a little bit of weed, but the extra shit, like I'm kind of worried about something for real. Like Al, man, go get your bitch, man. Al, go get your bitch, man. Al, go get your bitch, man. This shit is. I'm fucking going. I'll rip this dude apart, man. I swear to God. Cal L, salute. And Joey Chad, salute. I'm like, go, man. Go get your bitch, man. That's all I can say, man. At the end of the day, man, the shaman, he gonna pull up on the shamans. You know what these motherfuckers is gonna say? Man, this juice ain't gonna help you at all. At all. The moment he starts talking, because you know this motherfucker don't never want to listen. He always got to do all of the talking. He never wants to listen. This motherfucker single-handedly got to do all of the talking. Like he got all the questions and the answers. God damn. Do he ever shut up? Even if he go down there for the drugs, is he going to receive the message? Like, is he going to do the exercises? Like, yo, you need to look, like, he has the right idea. Don't get it twisted. He has the right idea to a certain extent, Reaper Gang. He got the right idea to a certain extent. And this is what I mean by that. Yes, when you go down to these places, yes, they do a level of soul searching. Yes, you are in the wilderness. Yes, you do get to face all of your demons. But they put you in a room with a little ass bed and a fucking hut all by yourself. You don't have partners. They usher you out. They have little fucking exercises and shit like that. They move you around like that. But yo, yes, he does need to be in a dark room with a little fucking weird ass bed, with a little rubber tray with a rubber spoon. But it doesn't need to be in South America. It needs to be in a goddamn psychiatric hospital. 5th floor vibes. He don't need to go all the way to South America to get that type of treatment. He can get it right here. Send that motherfucker to Pathways or something. That's all he needs. Fuck, he need to go all the way down to South America just to isolate himself in a room and get drugged up. Yo, they got all types of Seroquel. They got all types of Ritalin. They got all types of benzodiazepines. Lexapro. Prozac. Boost bar. You name it, they got it. You don't have to go all the way down there. The witch's brew might not necessarily be for you. A whole lot of accountability and a whole bunch of logged hours. Like Tony Soprano sitting in front of the fucking therapist he always wanted to fuck. The one that went down on Ray Liotta in one of the best movies of all time, Goodfellas. Go see it if you haven't seen it. He needs to go there. He's to sit in front of a shrink, log a whole bunch of hours. Yes, Deontay, and then what happened? Let's talk about your pain. Let's talk about your daddy issues. Let's talk about your 2nd, 3rd, 4th, and 5th childhood. Your 36-year-old child. This DMT isn't going to revitalize your career at 36. If anything, it's going to take you up out the game. This is Deontay's brain on scrambled eggs. What is going on? Like, yeah, you know what? I think that's it. I think we got it. I think we figured it out. This is what it's going to be. This is what's going to help. No, a whole lot of sessions, a whole lot of sessions, a whole lot of logged hours, a whole bunch of you replaying all of your pain, all of your fucking delusion. Look, put him in a straitjacket, lock him in a room, and just show his professional career. It'll probably save his life. If that doesn't work, I don't know what is. And just put like 4 little kids in the room that just look at you real funny. They don't never talk. They don't do shit. They just stare at you. I'm talking about 4 of the little most mean mugging little fucking brats you ever seen in your fucking life. I'm talking about some real fucking dickhead looking teenagers who just staring you in your fucking face, giving you the stink eye because they know you full of shit. While they just sit there and just shake their fucking head and just watch you fucking watch your fucking career from the time you got your belt from Remains to Vern and then on. Every delusion since then. Your $50 million lies all the way up to your $100 million fucking woes. Just let them watch. Let them shake their head. Let them look at you like you're a fucking nut job because you are clearly a fucking nut job. Log those sessions. Log those hours. Fucking be accountable to that delusion, sit in that straitjacket, and understand your biggest downfall was you and all of these and your weird sideburn having crew. What is he missing? He don't need no damn DMT. What do you need DMT for? You need quality time with some individuals who are going to be hard on you with the facts. This, my friend, Exhibit A, is what you call the most delusional fucking boxer in heavyweight history. This right hand, right here, is what you call a myth. This right here is what you don't want to be if you want to make something of yourself. Well, goddamn it, look, all you got to do is like, have somebody come in the room every 30 minutes like a nurse while you are fucking monitoring his whole mental behavior and all of that shit. Just have somebody consistently walk in the room every 30 minutes. And I'm talking about some real ratchet ass, hood rat ass fucking RNs. I'm talking about some real hood rat registered nurses. I'm talking about have them just coming in droves, right? Open the door every 30 minutes and be like, are you the boxer that can't fucking fight to turn down $120 million? And eventually he gonna get tired of saying yeah. And then it's gonna start to resonate a little bit. It's gonna set in and he's gonna think about it. I am that stupid son of a bitch that turned down $120 million payday to get my ass whooped by Tyson Fury fresh off the couch. If you relive enough of those demons, my friend, I swear to God, that's what you call healing. That's what you call healing. What the fuck am I talking about? I'm so dead ass serious though. I'm so dead ass serious. Look, the way my mind works, I swear to God, it's a military tactics. Almost on the level of when you want to break a motherfucker under negotiation. You just slam them in a room with some big ass speakers with some rock music. No, just send a registered nurse in there every 30 minutes and just call him and just ask him about the $100 million. While he's just strapped to a chair, gotta consistently watch these videos. This guy, like you really took being an emo fucking child and tried to become a fucking social activist behind making a complete ass of yourself. Does Radio Raheem get any kickback for that? No. I don't think that motherfucker gave Radio Raheem a dime. Because honestly, he never got big because of talent. He got big off of fucking delusions and stupidity. Mr. 400 years and still struggling. Excuse me. Oh my God, I could rip this guy for I could definitely rip him for a long time. Trust him to leave. He's having a mental breakdown. I think someone close to him, sabotaging him. Everybody close to this guy has been sabotaging him. Sabotage, oh my God. Oh my God. It's like he came into the fucking house and everything was gone. They even snatched the plastic wrap off the furniture. Everything. Like who, you want to know who I think it is? I think it's the little short one who's supposed to be who's supposed to be his personal trainer. The short one that looked like he been chewing on nuts and bolts and shit. That one with the real weird sideburns and stuff like that. It's always with him and Malik Scott. The real short one. The one he always twerking and doing all of the weird stuff when he working out. I think it's the real short one's fault. He probably the one that got him talking about this soul searching DMT shit. He looked like he done smoked a couple Hover Rock. He can't wait for the racial. He can't wait for the racial equality pipes to get passed out. He's first in line. He's first in line. Neosporin for my knuckles. Crack for my woes. I'm telling you, it's probably the short one. The short one is probably responsible for every freaking dark thought or every dumb decision this dude has ever thought about making in his life. I almost guarantee it was the short personal trainer who was behind it. Yes, the one who looks like he chews on nuts and bolts, screws. Yeah, that guy. Y'all know who I'm talking about. Every single one of them got weird sideburns. The back dude. And you want to know who else is probably a part of it? Little Tay Jones. Little light-skinned dude. Two times. Hey, he smooth. Hey, I ain't even gonna lie. He smooth slid that shit in during the weigh-in, though, during the face-off. Hey, little Tay was smooth sliding that shit in during the weigh-in, though. 2 times. No bass in his voice. 2 times. Like he up to something. Like he robbed people. You he the type of person wait for you to leave and then just, steal the dishes out your freaking cabinet and shit like that as soon as you leave. He try to steal anything he can get his hands on. If you leave freaking hand sanitizer in the cup holder, he the first one to take that shit and act like he bought it from the store and shit like that. You know he stole it from him. He just always got to steal something, whether it's a lighter, freaking hand sanitizer, anything petty, half a cigarette. He one of them type dudes. 2 times. He didn't steal it once. He stole it 2 times. That dude's an embarrassment. He had a crack in his skull. Keloids. Man, there was something in the gloves. Keloids down his back. Crack in his skull. He broke his skull. Keloids down his back, barbershop. Cracks in his skull. You can't make this shit up, man. Shout out to Deontay Wild's mental well-being. Whenever he gets back to planet Earth, this motherfucker is going to come back from South America and he's going to think Mars attacked. By the time he gets back, he probably would. I'm telling you. This kid might come out. He thinks he's going to come out of this shit soul searching. He's probably going to come out of it in worst shape he's ever been in his life. He's going to be like Smokey, Friday Part 1, sitting in the chicken coop, and all he could do was cry for his mama. That could be the inevitable possibility. That could be the one place that we catch Deontay next. Every time a motherfucker try to speak a sentence, all you hear is a roost. Motherfucker try to talk. Can't even get words out right. He don't know if he an animal. He don't even know if he don't even know how to identify no more. Binary, non-binary, Y chromosomes, X chromosomes. What is it? What is he? He, her, they, them. Who is this guy? Well, the one will meet a naked Indian who will tell him to put on a concert, work for the world. Man, look, I'm telling you, man, while he just sits there and just twirl his peace pipe, and you can see the Indian, you can see the butt-naked Indian just sitting there too. The way he just biting down on his pipe and everything, the way he puff his pipe, he looking at Wilder like, yeah, I'm gonna steal that ass tonight. Oh my God. You're gonna be looking at him like, look, you're gonna have a whole bunch of tripped out, butt naked ass Indians sitting there like you gonna have to flip the coin. That's my bitch tonight. You're getting them second. No, you're getting them second. I'm the oldest. I get them first. Try still. Why they gonna look? I'm telling you, 6'7", and his ass stolen. Oh man. So if this really goes through, and he does go on this soul searching experience, and he encounters the Anunnaki, the Palladians, the reptilians. I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit. If he encounters all of these things, he'll never come back to boxing. As a matter of fact, just get ready. Get ready. Because those South American shamans are about to fry his motherfucking brain. Oh my God. Oh my God, they're about to fry this dude's skull. Oh my God, man. I don't know what's going on, man. I think they're trying to sabotage the notifications, Tony. We're talking about Wilder going on UFO trips, shaking ass for Native Americans, shaking ass for South American shamans while they bite down on their pipe in a very sexual manner and talking about, that's my booty tonight. I'm bucking that Bronco tonight. I can't do this shit. I can't do this shit. I'm bucking that Bronco tonight. I'm grabbing that horse by the reins. I'm climbing up on that 6'7" cowboy. Him and the lizard people. All of the lizard people. I'm telling you, this is going to be an experience Wilder will never forget. As a matter of fact, he would have wished he never went on it. He went soul searching, and they end up stealing his ass. Moral of the story, kids, don't go to sleep. Don't go to South America without a chastity belt. Big old Robin Hood's Men in Tights joint. Take the key, bury that shit somewhere back in the States, and never take it off. They gonna get, oh my God, dude. Oh my God, this shit is hilarious. I should have never smoked before I read that shit. I really shouldn't have. I'm so glad. Oh, I'm so glad this guy. Like honestly, boxing needed a Wilder though. I'm not even gonna lie to you guys. In some way, shape, or form, boxing needed a Deontay Wilder. Because I mean, who else would we get this type of entertainment from? I don't think anybody would be that socially disconnected to where they would even part their lips to even say anything this fucking mad. I mean, this is almost on the level of fucking Doctor Strange and the multiverse of madness. I don't think that anybody would be this careless with their words and this irresponsible. We got Wilder twerking on Juneteenth, and now he's going down to the freaking Native American. He's going down to South America to see the shaman, to get stripped of all his manhood, literally stripped of all his manhood, all of his. I ain't even gonna say that. They'll flag me for that shit. I'm gonna just go ahead and just stick that one back in the pocket. Some things you don't even need to say to hands. Just go ahead and just let that shit go. Because I was definitely about to say some shit that was gonna get me flagged. Wilder should continue. I believe he should. I mean, why wouldn't he? There are a lot of guys that Deontay Wilder can beat, and he doesn't need mushrooms, DMT. He doesn't need any type of freaking psychedelics to do so. All he needs to do is just go out there and fucking wing it. Especially with something. Look, he can climb to the top of the WBA with no problem. No problem. Well, with some strategic juke moves, he could definitely climb to somewhere to the top of the WBA. You know, they're just giving away title eliminators now. Ask Ask Keith Thurman. Well, that was the WBC. But any one of these damn divisions, any one of these damn sanctioning bodies at this point, ask Keith Thurman, ask Mario Barrios. They just ready to get them boys a title eliminated for nothing. Deontay Wilder, oh my God, Mauricio Sulaiman, all he's got to do is rub his feet for one more freaking night, and he'll be right back in position for that mandatory WBC spot. All he got to do is go back over to Mauricio house for one more night and get to rubbing them cankles. He start rubbing down them cankles with some cocoa butter. Mauricio got him. I promise you that. Who's Wilder? Who's Wilder meant to be fighting next? Anyone know? The only thing Wilder's about to be fighting next is this goddamn sanity as he goes down to South America and he decides to go trip off a freaking DMT. That's it. He's going soul searching with the shamans, Tony. He's going to go fly with the aliens. He's going to slither with the reptilians. He's going to glow in all his ambiance with the Palladians. He's going to figure out where Atlantis was, where Atlantis went. He's going to go. He's going to go touch the old territories, man. Learn the old ways. The young Padawan is about to go learn the old ways. I promise you. It's going to be a whole bunch of weird shit going on down there. And I wonder if Telly's invited. Because then we might have to record it. If Telly's invited on the trip, we might have to record it. I'm just saying, I don't mind. I don't mind if we get to see Telly. But is there any way that look, man, we got to figure out the flight log. We got to know when he's leaving. We got to put somebody on the case. They got to record this whole experience because I'm telling you, that's probably going to be the most valuable footage in modern boxing history. It doesn't get any better than that. I promise you. That would be some priceless footage. Deontay Wilder goes on a trip today. Deontay Wilder goes on a trip. Ain't that some shit? I ain't even gonna lie. I probably wouldn't. That's something that you probably need to go take back to your college professor and let him analyze that shit. I'm pretty sure you can probably come up with a pretty freaking difficult yet sophisticated test that only a significant percentage of your college class would be able to pass that level of mental freaking difficulty. I mean, look, that shit is like Super Mario level 8 type shit. Deontay Wilder's brain on trips. Take that shit back to your shrink at the college that you're learning your studies from or whatever and see how many percentage of the kids going past that class. If you pass that shit with flying colors, you know you were in the right place the whole time. You have found your calling, saving people. Because goddamn it, I don't know one person that's been able to save Deontay Wilder from himself just yet. Pigeon Mike, what's goody? This dude is out of control. We're just talking about Deontay Wilder, Palladians, reptilians, UFOs, Indians stealing his booty, all of that type of stuff. We're covering a couple things. But all in all, when Wilder goes down to South America, nobody is safe. Y'all know how they like to do all of that eclectic music and shit like that too, like how they break out all of those, you know what I'm saying, like those man-made instruments and shit like that, how they get the shaking the beads and the maracas and all of that shit. Wilder is definitely going to fit in for all of the wrong reasons. Let me tell you that. If you saw what he did on Juneteenth, you don't even want to know what's going to go down off the DMT. You don't even want to know. It's going to get spooky, I tell you. Oh, I'm sure they will. And if they record it, goddamn it, I want a copy. It's going to be like kind of like Girls Gone Wild back in the day. How everybody used to buy those freaking tapes and DVDs for $19.99 and shit like that. I want two. I want two of the whole Deontay Wilder experience. Best believe I need a whole pack of raw papers and at least a 3.5, an eighth of my favorite strand as I indulge in whatever the hell is going to take place on that night or those nights. Because I could imagine that guy's in the sunken place. That dude's going to fall deep into the sunken place and he's never going to get out. You know what I'm saying? You could probably like imagine like a 6'7" dude in a kiddie pool, like 2 feet of water and shit like that, talking about their drowning. That's how I imagine Deontay Wilder on psychedelic. A 6'7" dude in a kiddie pool talking about they drowning and shit like that. That is exactly what I picture Deontay Wilder on psychedelics being like. I'm drowning. Like, Negro, your freaking foot ain't even all the way in the water. That's how I see that whole experience. That you can't bother. You can't make this shit up. I'm trying to tell you. You can't make this shit up, man. Well, that's all I got for you guys tonight. Stay away from South America. Stay away from psychedelics. But if anybody's getting those Deontay Wilder tapes from 1999, the South American edition, man, soul searching, send it to me. I need it. I'm gonna chop it up and make great footage out of it. Unfortunately, look, man. But all jokes aside, seriously though, I just couldn't do anything but laugh and just crack jokes about this shit because in all actuality, it's funny. This is just a guy who never was held accountable for anything. This is a guy who's never fully grown up. This is a guy who had a child young, who jumped out there and did something, who really wasn't worried about the honor and integrity of the sport. This is just an individual who came along, who got down with something while it was in a weakened state, while there wasn't a lot of real popping opposition around there, who just got to skate along. And when America needed a heavyweight, he just happened to be a 6'7" guy who, you know what I'm saying, who just fit the bill, who looked the part, kind of, but didn't really play the part. And he took advantage of all that shit, but yet and still, all of the yes men, all delusional shit, he went from being humble to letting that shit go to his head. And now this is where we get to the point where we got a guy who's a full-on grown-ass 36-year-old man talking about that they have to go soul searching and understand, you know, the fear of a boy becoming a man. So that just tells me once again that this dude was never comfortable with who he is. He still don't know who he is. He don't look at himself like a man. Wilder is still trying to figure this shit out. And honestly, I think after getting his ass whooped twice the way he did, like, yo, he's been stripped of his armor. So he don't know how to figure it out. So I guess he feels like DMT is the only way. And it's unfortunate because realistically, all I see is him getting worse from the situation. But it's definitely entertainment, to say the least. And if he decides to go do something like that, I don't think he's going to come closer to the game. I think it's going to remove him farther from the game. And it's not going to help him it's not going to help him. It's not going to work well for him. It's not going to translate into, you know, us seeing the Wilder that won't duck the Anthony Joshuas, that will fight the Dillian Whites, that will fight the Alexander Usyk. It's not going to translate into any of that. It's going to translate into the guy who sold his ass to a pack of South American shamans for a couple of trips. And I'm out this bitch. As we always say at the end of this shit, cost you nothing. Pay a nigga no mind. Man, Wilder, man, get your shit together, bro. All you got to do is just admit, man, that you was a sucker. That's it. Get them people from around you. Get with a Teddy Atlas or something like that, a Joe Goose, and somebody gonna hold you accountable. Start working. Use all of this time because you don't have to come back at any specific time. Take the next year, work on the motherfucking basics, have your body fresh, you know what I'm saying? And then come back, take a couple tune-up fights and see where you at. You know, because believe it or not, there's always an audience for a dude like that. I promise you. I mean, shit, look at the shit he's doing now. It's some motherfucking boss. Respect.